And today we're going to be checking out the Windhorse W3 electric foldable commuter e-bike. How cool is that? That's right, this one has a gooseneck on it like a scooter that folds down to make it more compact and easier to store and to put in and out of trunks and cargo spaces. It says a max speed of 22 miles an hour, 35 miles range. With pedal assist, I think you get 20 something miles of range on just full electric mode. It's a 500 watt motor, and it has big, comfortable 14-inch tires. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it. It says that it's 95% complete. So we're going to see what exactly we have to do to complete this bike, and then we're going to take it for a ride test. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. And that's how simple the unboxing is. Kickstand is already on it. Let me go ahead and the only other thing in here is the seat. I need to go get something to remove all these zip ties off of it. All right, let's get all these zip ties off. You can just use a pair of scissors for this. That's nice that the basket's already installed for us. It looks like the only thing that we're going to have to install are the pedals and the seat. We'll go ahead and set this up. That is foldable, as we said, because if you were trying to put this in a trunk with this handlebar, it would be very difficult. So you can fold that down and get it out of the way. But I'll show you all these mechanisms up close here shortly. All right, so everything's assembled up here. Your keys are hanging off. It does have a key set for security. We'll go ahead and stick that key in there so I don't lose it. We'll put the seat on. It's just like a road bike or just a normal bicycle. It just has a little flip lever for the seat. You can manually tighten the screw right here. No tool required to install the seat. And we have our pedals. You have a right pedal and a left pedal. And we'll screw these on. And inside this little bag, you do have your booklet and you have your wrench. So it does come with the tools required to assemble. Like I said, all you got to do is put the seat on, which requires no tools, and install your pedals. All right, just like that. And then all we have to do is tighten this screw right here to hold our bell in position, and we are going to be fully assembled. And it does, of course, come with the charger. And just like that, it's fully assembled. Let's go ahead and bring the camera in and take a closer look at this bike. All right, so this is your handlebar setup. You can see you have two keys right here when you turn it on. There's your display right there. Now, like I said, if you turn it the second click, that's how you turn your lights on. You can see empty and full. And like I said, this does do 22 miles an hour with a slower cruising speed of 15 if you choose to have that activated. You have your bell right here. You have your front and your rear brakes, so dual brakes. You have a safety reflector on the front. As we move our way down, this is your folding mechanism, and you can see that it has a slide lock on it. So you just unlock that, and then you can, hopefully it doesn't fall, you can collapse your steering assembly just like that and snap it on. Then you slide this back through. You do have metal fenders. They are supported. You have big disc brakes along with these pneumatic tires. And you can see that this is a front shock. You do have dual shocks. Check out this headlight on the front. It's like a double bulb headlight, so redundancy is good. Two lights are better than one. I like the red accent around the light as well. It looks very classy. As we come around, this is your battery pack, and this is your charging port right here where you plug it to charge it. As we come back to the back, you can see it does have quite a large basket. It does have a reflector on the basket as well. This is your locking mechanism for your seat. So your seat can be adjusted on the fly to different people. Here is your rear shock. That's going to give you suspension in the rear. And then it does have a built-in kickstand, which is already on there. and then you have a big disc brake in the back as well, so dual disc brakes. And here's that 500-watt motor. I might have said with a peak of 750 before, but it's a peak of 715 watts. But 500 watts is quite a large motor. If we come on this side, this is the side where the chain is. So yes, it is officially a bicycle, not a motorcycle. You have the Windhorse logo on the side. You have the little triple mag wheel or rim on the front. You do have the rear fender as well. So if you're using this for commuting and you have rainy days where you go through puddles and stuff, you're going to stay nice and dry. It's not going to sling mud and dirt and debris all over you. It's all welded carbon steel frame. And overall, it's a very nice bike. Now, I am a little bit on the larger side. I'm not huge. I'm 6'1". I weigh about 225 pounds. And this bike can handle up to 330 pounds. And you can see that I have the seat really high up, but it fits me perfectly. So many of these scooters and e-bikes are so short and small that they don't really fit me. They can handle my weight, but they're not big enough for me to ride comfortably. And this one I can comfortably get onto. And I actually feel like I'm not sitting on the ground and looking silly, because when you're a big guy on a small bike or scooter, it looks pretty silly. I think it's time now for a ride test. All right, so in case you're wondering how to put this into the faster mode, you have to hold the throttle on and hold the brake, and then you turn the key on, and then you wait for 8 seconds and release, and you should be in the faster mode. All right, and off we go. I've been cruising around on this little e-bike for a few moments. It is nice and comfortable. The shocks work very well. They definitely make it a more comfortable ride. I have noticed that on really big bumps, like a big, curb or something, that the back shock will bottom out, but I weigh about 225, 230, so that's no surprise on that. But as far as riding comfort, the shock is working just fine. No issues whatsoever. Now, you do get about 20 miles of range whenever you use just the throttle, like I'm doing right now. This is your little twist throttle right here. But if you do the pedal assist, and all you got to do is do the pedal moding, you don't have to squeeze the throttle, and whatever speed that you're pedaling at, it will increase speed all the way to the max speed. Even if you're pedaling and maintaining a nice slow pedal, providing some input, it's going to keep speeding up. And then whenever I stop pedaling, of course, I start slowing down. So to me, I'm older. I just use the throttle. I just ride it like a motorcycle. But it's got plenty of power for me, that's for sure. The cruising speed of 15.6 or 16 miles an hour, whatever it is, seems sufficient for me. But if you want to go faster, there is that option there. So very cool indeed. Now you can see, or maybe you can see on these bumps, this shock working. I'm going to go over this speed bump up here. Hopefully I don't wreck. I'm not very good at riding one-handed. But and that was a big bump, but it took it well. You can see the back shock back here as I bounced. Under normal riding conditions, it's absorbing all these bumps with no problem whatsoever. These large wheels make it more comfortable to ride and make those larger bumps seem a lot smaller. And overall, it's a great little commuter bike for sure. I like the fact that it's nice and small, but when you unfold it and put everything at the max height, I can barely get my feet on the ground, and I'm 6'1". So it's nice to have a bike that you actually look somewhat normal on. And I like the fact that I can just collapse that seat all the way down and fold the handlebars down. And I can store this in a lot of places. I can use the center handle above the battery to carry it around. And it becomes nice and compact and easy to store. So overall, this bike does the job quite well. I like the 35 miles of range. I like the dual speeds. I like the fact that you can use the pedal assist and it to get the max range. But if you don't want to, you don't have to use the pedal assist. It's not required. You can just use the throttle like a motorcycle and get to where you gotta go. That's how I prefer to use it. It is starting to rain on me, so we are going to wrap up this little ride. I like the dual brakes. I like the large pneumatic tires. I like the dual shocks. I like the portability and the compactness, but I like how big it is and how it fits my frame better when it's fully unfolded. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.